Hello, welcome to Lefty Crochets and Mirror Knits. My name is Stephanie, and this is State of the Stash for the end of January 2026. I'm not going to finish anything else before the end of the day, so let's get this recorded. While the house is relatively quiet, you may hear the heater running in the background. It's below freezing today. That heater is not being turned off. So what did I finish? Well, first, let's start with the blanket. Now the blanket itself, the main body of the blanket, was finished several years ago as a temperature project. I didn't do anything about the ends. Finally decided to do an envelope border, which does give the blanket a little bit better finished look. Didn't do the top and bottom because they're fine. Just putting an envelope border on the sides. Used a full 100 grams of Karen 1-pounder, or I've got my notes off to the side here, 179 yards. The color is mint green, which is actually, because it's 1 pound, was barely 20% of the skein. I have a pillow here on the arm of the couch recliner, because this is where I'm constantly leaning. The cushioning's been worn away. This I used, I love this Chunky by Hobby Lobby in the colorway Heathered Gray. This used almost a skein and a half. It's a couple of swatches in here as cushioning because I really don't have a pillow this size, and I don't want to use regular stuffing just because it's covering, actually there's a piece of wood. It feels like a piece of wood right there now. And so I want something a little firmer than the usual polyfill. Used almost 154 yards. Next, for donation, I made a little bunny. It's a YouTube tutorial I found years ago. I don't even know if it's still in YouTube because I don't need it anymore. You can see there's no eyes, nothing added on. That's because I wanted something that could be given to a toddler or a baby. They can chew on this. They can pull on this all they want. Nothing's going nowhere. Nothing's falling off. It didn't take much. This is actually 37 yards of I love this yarn in the colorway Sugar Plum. So being 100% acrylic, just toss it in the wash. Next, I used some scraps of Hobby Lobby I Love This Cotton. 3 different colors, as you can see. It can be used as a scrubby or just a fidget toy because it just goes around and around and around, and this ruffle is never smoothing out. Used the equivalent of a third of a skein total of the scraps, almost 49 yards. 49 yards. That'll be going into, actually both of those will be going in Operation Christmas Child shoeboxes towards the end of the year. Next, for a local homeless outreach, I made an ear warmer. I do 8 or 10 of these a year, usually. I'm not a fast knitter. The pattern, actually, this is the brim instructions for the 1898 hat, which is also used for a charity. So I was, needed ear warmers, and I finally, it's like, why am I trying to come up with something? This is a doubled brim for a hat intended for sailors. It'll work just fine as an ear warmer, and it does. This is the colorway Sea Stone of I Love This Yarn. This is about half a skein, 131 yards. And all of this is already in stash. Washcloth can be donated to any one of a number of charities. This is the colorway Denims for I Love This Cotton. This was half a skein and 74 yards. And the big finish. There's a challenge. 26 blanket whips in 2026. Whip number 1. Whip number 2, as it gotten finished. This is a baby blanket that I will donate to local pregnancy resource center. This is Yarn Bee Soft and Sleek Chunky in the colorway Soft Pink. Soft and Sleek is a low pill fiber, so easy to wash, nice and soft for a baby. 5 full skeins or 1,100 yards. I'm starting the year off right. 1,100 yards out of stash. This was a whip carried over from last year. And actually I finished it before I did my first what's carrying over video. So that's why this didn't show up with showing all the blankets. But that is what I completed in the month of January. So a total of 1,725 yards out of my stash, or little over 8 skeins. If you use grams, that's 1,121 grams, which is a very nice way to start the year. I have a Easter Countdown Advent kit set coming later in the year, so I do need to finish as much as I can ahead of them, or I'm going to be fighting negative numbers the rest of the year. So this is Stephanie for Lefty Crochets and Demir Knits, and I'll see you next time.